You're watching WYLN TV 35. Now, from the area's leader in live local news, this is WYLN News, the area's #1 source of live local news and information in Luzerne, Schuylkill, Carbon, and Columbia counties. WYLN News starts now.
Good evening, and thank you for joining us on WYLN News. I'm Julia Wiegand. Governor Tom Wolf announced this week that the state will gradually reopen in phases. However, some municipalities say not so fast. Luzerne County was one of the hardest hit when it comes to positive coronavirus cases. Half of them were reported in the Hazleton area. The city's numbers account for 46% of the over 1,800 cases in Luzerne County. Mayor Jeff Cassatt believes Hazleton is not ready for a full-blown reopening. However, Cassatt's willing to slightly modify the citywide curfew that was set back on April 3rd and supports business reopenings as long as they have minimal interaction with the public and amongst employees. At this time, he doesn't want to modify Hazleton's emergency declaration and wants to maintain social distancing requirements. While other Pennsylvania counties are seeing a decrease in positive virus cases as of Thursday, over 30 more were reported in Luzerne County. The Pennsylvania Department of Health reported an additional 32 cases, bringing the total number to 1,880. The number of total deaths stands at 58. The state will now include probable COVID-19 deaths, along with confirmed deaths. According to the Department of Health, Pennsylvania has a total of 37,053 cases, resulting in 1,394 deaths. Two entities are coming together to help feed Hazleton area school district students. Both City Council and the school board will work together to provide meals to students during the pandemic. Free breakfasts and lunches have been handed out since school shut down back on March 18th at Freeland, Heights Terrace, and the high school. Council wants to collect meals and take them to other locations throughout the district. Nearly 750 students receive meals each week. The pickup schedule is changing, so parents and guardians can reduce their trips out. A list of times and locations for distributions will soon be available on the school district's website and Facebook page. And the Hazleton Area School Board voted unanimously to select Dennis Bookman as the new Cougars head football coach. He'll be replacing Mike Brennan, who stepped down in January. Bookman's a 2007 Hazleton area graduate and served as the high school assistant football coach for the past 6 seasons. Bookman's also a former Cougar All-State player and happens to teach at the district. Being that he was an internal candidate, he has a bit of an inside advantage. One area foundation expedited $1 million to support local food banks. The All One Foundation is a healthcare philanthropy organization that serves Northeast and Central Pennsylvania. The grants support hundreds of food banks, pantries, and school-based distributions in 13 counties, which include Luzerne and Lackawanna. Area organizations that received funding were Weinberg Food Bank, Central PA, and Second Harvest Food Banks. During his daily news conference Thursday, Governor Tom Wolf said that wearing a protective mask will be the way of the world when his reopening plan kicks off. The Wolf administration also announced the launch of an online portal to inform the Commonwealth of critical medical supplies available for donation during the pandemic. Details and more are available on the CDC's and Department of Health's websites. Now, as construction prepares to carry on, the Wolf administration issued guidance for all construction businesses and employees in order to control the spread of COVID-19. All businesses within the Commonwealth's construction industry can resume in-person operations starting Friday, May 1st. The industry must follow the Secretary of Health's order that provides business safety measures. Measures include everyone wearing masks at a worksite, following proper social distancing practices, and providing hand washing and sanitizing stations for workers. Businesses with questions on whether this applies to them can email the Department of Labor and Industry. The borough of Tamaqua has extended its COVID-19 disaster declaration. The original declaration was set to expire April 27th. Now, it extends all the way to May 27th. However, the declaration can be lifted based on what direction the Commonwealth decides to take from here. The borough's also running out of face masks for its police department and emergency responders. More masks were ordered about 2 weeks ago, but haven't arrived just yet. A felony arrest warrant was issued for a Hazleton man by the Hazleton Police Department's Narcotics Division and the Luzerne County Drug Task Force. 39-year-old Socrates Ramirez is wanted for distributing cocaine from a West Hazleton residence during September of 2017. Ramirez was recently identified as the dealer who sold cocaine to a confidential informant during the investigation. He's charged with 1 count of delivery of a controlled substance and criminal use of a communication facility, both felony charges. Anyone with information concerning Ramirez's location is being asked to contact HPD by dialing 911. With schools closed for the remainder of the year, MMI students continue their education online. Wyln's Phil Kaufman has more.
When it was announced that all Pennsylvania schools must close, MMI Preparatory School in Freeland was prepared and adapted to an online learning schedule, helping their students stay engaged and connected.
We've transitioned to online learning on March 23rd. We were pretty seamless after that spring break, and we got online right away. Teachers and students really rallied to the chance to connect to each other and speak to one another online and keep and maintain our culture of curiosity. That's what I like to call it, that we're really interested in learning. And I think that's part of the MMI mission, is lifelong learning. And everyone stepped up to the plate to make sure that that happened.
In a letter to parents, Kleinheider outlined MMI's plans for the remainder of the 2019-2020 year with its online classes and capstone assessments to mimic exams.
We were a little bit ahead of the curve in that we already had a online learning management system called Canvas, which allows assignments, grading. It has a lot of those materials already up there, being able to submit online. But we also had to set a schedule and a template that worked well for students and families at this time. We're continuing with online learning. We scaffolded up, so we couldn't start with necessarily live sessions right away. We wanted to more videos, more content, more elements as we kind of learned from the process and made sure there weren't any kinks. So we kind of treated that first week of online school like the first week of school, and I think that made it a lot easier. And then we moved out from there, and we've maintained grading and maintained classes. And I think the really important thing was that we kept as much of our experience as we could online in a reasonable fashion.
Seniors will complete their classes and capstone assessments by May 15th. Kleinheider said that the MMI administrators are working on alternate plans to celebrate the school's annual Upper School Awards convocation and honor the graduating class of 2020 in true MMI fashion.
The most important thing is we've definitely shown our love for the class of 2020, and I think this is a challenging time for everyone. The biggest thing that we've been trying to do is celebrate our seniors. Like many schools, last week we honored them on the scoreboard, as well as with some of our local first responders and teachers posting on through our social media how much we love them. And we're going to continue to celebrate them throughout the month of May. We have a number of plans in the works to do that, so that it's not just one day or anything like that. And so we're going to be flexible with time frame and everything, because we want to make sure we maintain as many MMI traditions as possible. So we are working through and planning everything to make sure that we have what we think will be really special events.
Reporting from Wyln News, this is Philip Kaufman.
Thank you, Phil. Coming up on Wyln News, donations and cancellations, plus tuition aid may be on its way for PSU. But first, we'll take a look at our 5-day forecast brought to you by the Wyln Weather Kids. We'll be right back.
My name is Charlie. I am 8, and the forecast for tomorrow is partly cloudy.
This is our 60-second health boost for you this week. We're going to talk about Zen in a cup. So this is my special recipe for matcha tea, or a matcha latte Dr. John's going to be drinking today. But it's 2 cups of almond milk, a half a teaspoon of matcha tea, which you get at Walmart or Wegmans or order on Amazon, and just a 1/4 teaspoon of your favorite maple syrup or some kind of sweetener if you want. I don't use a sweetener, but you know, I'm sweet enough.
you probably add like some kind of alcohol right now. Let me see how it tastes. Delicious. So last week we talked about deep breathing. Take time to relax. Use her recipe.
WYLN presents Community Update on the Coronavirus, Monday through Friday at 3 p.m. with rebroadcast at 7 p.m. and 10 a.m. the following morning. Brought to you by the Lehigh Valley Health Network, PBS 39, Adams Outdoor, and WYLN TV 35. We're your local network.
An annual spring event in Carbon County has been canceled due to the health crisis. Organizers decided it was in the best interest of the community to cancel the Spring Weatherly Hill Climb, originally scheduled for June 6th and 7th. They're hoping they'll be able to host the fall race scheduled for September. Wyln will be sure to keep you in the loop once updates become available. Major companies across the globe have been stepping up to the plate to donate much-needed items to people fighting the coronavirus on the front lines. Our Julie Stefanovich has more.
One of the largest hand sanitizer manufacturers in the world, SC Johnson, is ramping up capacity to produce nearly 75,000 bottles a month. All of the products made at the Mount Pleasant, Wisconsin plant will be donated to healthcare workers and first responders.
A number of volunteers have stepped up in our company to create this pilot line that's making 75,000 bottles of hand sanitizer every month. I am just so proud of how people across the company have stepped up to help in a time of crisis.
SC Johnson is a global manufacturer of household and professional cleaning and disinfecting products. And, like many other companies, they are contributing items and funds to help out communities across the nation.
And as I've visited our factories around this country and up in Canada, I have been so impressed and so proud of how people have stepped up to volunteer to help make those products.
The company has already committed $10 million so that they can help out during the COVID-19 crisis.
But we are doing a number of different things across the world, from donating product to first-line responders and healthcare workers. We made a $1 million donation to the CDC Foundation to help people out across the United States. We made a significant donation to fund respirators in a hospital in Canada.
Volunteers are working around the clock to get the products out to those battling the virus on the front lines.
This project started really quickly. We got a group of people together and really advanced at lightning speed. I think it was about a week between the first meeting and when we started making our first bottles.
I jumped at the opportunity to get on and help set this line up and run it. As you see, we need manpower to make this happen as quickly as it has. And I'm just really excited to be able to provide my support and my hands to get this product out the door.
The response from volunteers has been tremendous.
I think folks are really looking for that opportunity to give back, and this was a chance to do it, and they really wanted to help out.
Each case of hand sanitizer donated is sealed with a handwritten note of encouragement from the workers at SC Johnson. Reporting for Wyln News, I'm Julie Stefanovich.
Thanks, Julie. Financial help may be on the way for Penn State University students. The university is proposing to freeze tuition at its current level through next year. The tuition freeze was proposed to alleviate some of the hardships caused by the coronavirus pandemic. Penn State's one of the most expensive public universities nationwide, with tuition exceeding $18,000 a year. PSU President Eric Barron says some employees will take pay cuts and university projects are on hold. Barron's also taking 10% of his salary to put toward employee and student assistance funds, as the university expects to lose an estimated $260 million over the next year because of the pandemic. The Board of Trustees will need to give the tuition freeze the stamp of approval later this summer. Unfortunately, we have another coronavirus cancellation for you. This time, it's at the Wilkes-Barre-Scranton International Airport. AVP's air show planned for August 22nd and 23rd is canceled because of the uncertainty surrounding the coronavirus pandemic. The airport hopes another air show can be staged with its many community partners sometime in the future. Sheetz Incorporated came through this week for frontline workers at Geisinger South Wilkes-Barre with a large snacks and refreshments donation. The company sent 20 cases of water, 10 cases of Gatorade, and snacks that include beef jerky, protein bars, and energy bars. The refreshments will be provided to those working the screening tent at GSWB. Sheetz expressed their deep gratitude for the dedicated and courageous healthcare workers on the front lines fighting COVID-19. The company hopes the donation will help fuel medical personnel working round the clock to deliver life-saving care. Coming up on Berwick's News Choice, your week in review, plus lunch for first responders. So stay with us.
All Care Home Care, providing quality in home care since 1986. Call and see how their team of licensed physical therapists, skilled nurses, speech, and occupational therapists can provide you with exceptional service in the comfort of your own home. They also offer dietitian, home health aide, and medical social worker services. You have a choice in your health care. For safe, friendly, qualified care, call All Care Home Care today and let their team begin taking care of you and your loved ones.
Hey guys, this is Ray Merrill from Blaze Alexander at Buick Cadillac GMC. How about a great lease on these Buick Encores? Only $199 a month with breakaway mirrors. For $100 more, you can have the Sierra or the Acadia. Or would you prefer this all-new CT5? And it's tax match fever. We'll match your tax refund up to $1,000. And if you're not getting one, we'll give you a $1,000 trade assistance. So get down to Blaze Alexander, Greater Hazelton, take advantage of these lease deals, get yourself a Sierra, and see why we take the deals the other guys won't.
Coronavirus is now in our community and changing the way we live, but rest assured that your partners at Lehigh Valley Health Network are here for you. If you think that you have coronavirus or been exposed to someone who does, the most important thing you can do is stay home. Lehigh Valley Health Network is providing free screenings online and by phone. Complete an e-visit, call the MyLVHN hotline, or do an LVHN video visit. Know the symptoms, get the facts, and get screened from home at lvhn.org/COVID-19.
Looking for information on the coronavirus pandemic? Make sure it's from a reliable source. Go to WYLNTV.com and click on the Lehigh Valley Health Network banner for the real facts about the coronavirus pandemic. And watch WYLN News live at 5:30 for updates on this ongoing crisis. The source matters now more than ever. WYLN, we're your local network.
Monday. A COVID-19 drive-through testing site is now set up in the parking lot of Mohegan Sun Arena in Wilkes-Barre Township. Starting Monday, it was open to eligible healthcare workers and first responders experiencing symptoms. By Tuesday, people 65 and older qualified for the testing. New traffic patterns have been set up around the arena to prevent people from exposing others. The site's only accessible from exit 168 off Interstate 81. Cars leaving the site can only drive directly onto Interstate 81 southbound. Live traffic updates are available by visiting PennDOT's website. Tuesday, Governor Tom Wolf and the Secretary of Health announced the statewide stay-at-home order was extended. The orders first issued April 1st will be extended until Friday, May 8th. Dr. Rachel Levine said although the state's starting to see a downward trend in the number of positive COVID-19 cases, we need to proceed carefully moving forward, meaning non-life-sustaining business closures remain in effect and residents are only permitted to leave their homes for essential tasks or jobs. The governor recommends that people continue wearing masks in public. Law enforcement will continue to focus on ensuring residents and businesses are aware of the order and continue to practice social distancing. Wednesday, A wanted Hazleton man was recently taken into custody on numerous charges. A Hazleton police officer observed 28-year-old Hector Escato Ledesma driving a vehicle in the area of Carson and East 4th Streets April 13th. He was wanted on a warrant from state police, as well as a warrant out of Illinois. After the officer pulled him over near Route 940, Escato Ledesma took off on foot, but was quickly apprehended. He was also found to be in possession of suspected marijuana. Escato Ledesma faces charges of flight to avoid apprehension, driving with a suspended license, and possession of marijuana and drug paraphernalia. He posted $100,000 bail through a bondsman, but is expected to be extradited to Illinois. Thursday, Governor Tom Wolf presented a detailed plan for reopening the state, with the target date for May 8th, starting with the North Central and Northwest regions. Unlike flipping a light switch on and off, the plan to get to normalcy from the coronavirus pandemic will come in 3 phases: red, yellow, and green. We're currently in the red phase, with only life-sustaining businesses operating and residents staying at home. The following phases gradually ease up on some restrictions. Just as administration took a county-by-county approach when the virus first hit nearly 7 weeks ago, it'll do the same to reopen the Commonwealth. Wolf pointed out that the virus is going to set the timeline, not us. The administration and Department of Health will continue to monitor the case count to make sure it's under control and that there's enough support to manage them. Friday, Governor Tom Wolf announced this week that the state will gradually reopen in phases. However, some municipalities say, not so fast. Luzerne County was one of the hardest hit when it comes to positive coronavirus cases. Half of them were reported in the Hazleton area. The city's numbers account for 46% of the over 1,800 cases in Luzerne County. Mayor Jeff Cassatt believes Hazleton is not ready for a full-blown reopening. However, Cassatt's willing to slightly modify the citywide curfew that was set back on April 3rd and supports business reopenings, as long as they have minimal interaction with the public and amongst employees. At this time, he doesn't want to modify Hazleton's emergency declaration and wants to maintain social distancing requirements. That's it for your week in review here on Wyln News.
CARES is a local and family-owned agency dedicated to providing exceptional services for individuals with intellectual and developmental disabilities throughout Pennsylvania. CARES specializes in day and residential services, respite, home and community, behavior supports, and chaperone vacations. At CARES, the participants are the VIPs. CARES, empowering individuals to maximize their opportunities and potential in their community.
There are 125 used car dealers in town, but there's only one Churras. Quality vehicles since 1954. Voted the best used car dealer. Check out their inventory, see something you like, take a test ride. Churras Auto Sales. Call 570-454-7229.
Hi, I had a very minor fender bender tonight in an unreasonably narrow fast food drive-thru lane. Don't worry, I have everything handled. I already spoke to our Allstate agent, and I know that we have accident forgiveness, which is so smart on your guys' part. Like the fact that they'll
4 weeks without the car.
Okay, yep, good night.
With accident forgiveness, your rates won't go up just because of an accident. Switching to Allstate is worth it.
Visit your local Allstate agent, the McNeilis Agency in Hazleton at 1092 North Church Street, or in Hometown in the Hometown Village Square.
Eyewitness News is partnering with United Way Cares across northeastern and central Pennsylvania to help our neighbors and friends who are struggling during the COVID-19 crisis. To make a donation to United Way Cares, visit pahomepage.com.
From the bottom of our hearts, the WYLN TV 35 family would like to say thank you to all essential workers for your service to our community and for keeping us safe.
Senator John Udicek's reaching out to the public to sign up for his upcoming telephone town hall meeting. The town hall will happen Thursday, April 30th at 1:20 p.m. A panel of medical, business, and employment experts will answer questions about the state's efforts to protect public health and the economy. Visit senatorudicek.com to sign up to receive the phone call on your cell phone or to listen to the live audio stream. Due to the ongoing health crisis, State Representative Doyle Heffley announced today that his annual Sportsman's and Outdoor Expo has been canceled. The free event was scheduled to take place Saturday, May 9th, at the Penn Forest Township Volunteer Fire Company in Jim Thorpe. It usually features more than 30 exhibitors for hundreds of people interested in learning more about recreational opportunities available in the region. A hunter-trapper education course for first-time hunters ages 11 and up was featured this year, sponsored by the Game Commission. The class can be found online at pgc.state.pa.us. In support of first responders throughout the greater Hazleton area, Slusser Law Firm sponsoring a complimentary takeout lunch from 5 Hazleton restaurants Friday, May 1st, from 11 a.m. to 3 p.m. Local and state police officers, firefighters, and ambulance personnel can place a takeout order from one of these 5 restaurants for pickup during the time frame: Frankie's Pizzeria, D'Amato's Pizza, Deli in the Dairy, Vincenzo's Pizza, or Alfredo's Brick Oven Pizza. Corresponding identification is required. That's the news. Remember, the source matters now more than ever. You can get news updates on our WYLN News Facebook page or WYLNTV.com by clicking the LVHN banner for the real facts about COVID-19. Stay with us. A look at today's weather is next here on WYLN TV.
SJ Kowalski is your Mitsubishi Diamond Contractor. They can install a Mitsubishi electric Mr. Slim ductless heating and cooling system. Mr. Slim systems are designed to make any living space in your home inviting. You can have a different temperature control for every room